So my name is Opokua Oduro, and I work for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And I work in our U.S. program, which focuses on education and economic mobility. And we have had the honor of coming across Beloved as we've supported some of our grantees in walking their own DEI journey. We've been able to fund some of our grantees leveraging the equity audit and the equity lens map in their work. What I see in Beloved that aligns with the Foundation's mission is really this broad focus. We also have a broad focus, but we also get very targeted and we're very data-centered. And Beloved has this way of being able to traverse those two concepts of having a systems lens, but then also getting very targeted on what the needs are in order to advance the work that really resonates with how we think about our work. So, for example, for our U.S. programs, we're focused on education and economic mobility. And our goal is that neither race or socioeconomic status will be a predictor of a student or a community's life outcomes. What the equity lens map and the equity audit help to do is to help organizations bring their opportunities to advance that as change agents into focus. But then when I think more broadly about Beloved's work, there's an aspect of it that is about frameworks, about bringing rich data to the table, and then there's an aspect of it that is about deep knowing and connecting with our communities, our ancestries, our histories, and all of this also plays an important role in our ability to achieve the impact that we want to achieve. And so I just hold the work that they do in such high regard as they work with both maybe the corporate aspect and approach, or maybe a white-centered traditional aspect of approach to the work, to bringing in the history of people of color and the assets that we have, the knowing and brilliance, et cetera, that we have to the table to try to achieve this impact that we're all shooting for. That there was a bit more space embedded in the schedule for connection, for self-care, and that was attractive to me. And I still expected it to just have this traditional feel of lots of PowerPoint slides and this sort of energy that can be a bit frantic and a bit of a frenzy. And what I've stepped into is a space that's incredibly grounded, that is about deep connection and network with others, deep connection to self. And it really resonates because I was reading the word sustaining change as just a word, just a phrase. And then when I came to the conference, I realized, okay, I understand what this means. This is about our ability to sustain ourselves as instruments of change in this world, and that in reality, there are investments we must make in order to create that sustainability. And by the way, some of us are carrying the results of a lot of the challenges, the trauma, what we've been exposed to in this world. And so it's even more important for us to be reflective and figure out how to sustain ourselves to move forward. Well, I have deep appreciation for the multi-sector approach that Beloved has already been taking. And I think the sky's the limit with that in terms of where they can go. I love that there's this sort of deep anchoring in education, because that's incredibly relevant to us, to the work that we do in our foundation. I see them working in hospitality, et cetera. I think healthcare is incredibly important. I'm curious about Beloved expanding from the sort of national context to the global context, particularly given just how rooted the organization is in sort of bringing the ancestral frame into the work. And so I'm curious about what they're going to do, and I don't see any limitation to what they can create. We're absolutely on a journey, and we see the value of bringing in the folks who are most proximal to the focus communities that we're working with, because that's where we develop the most sustainable and effective solutions. That's where we get the innovation from that we need in order to shift and make progress against the challenges that we're trying to get. So we deeply value this concept of a diverse workforce and diverse partnerships. And for us, we're really leaning into how do we diversify partnerships? How do we understand and think about partnerships in new ways? And how do we strengthen networks between ourselves and potential partners and among partners themselves as well?